Okay, it's Monday. The power went out, but luckily my car's up on the lift already because I won't be able to raise it. And I got this light that's charged. So here we go. Again, this is just a continuation of my last video, me rebuilding this 64 Galaxie, but I think I said in the last video that this gasket didn't quite fit right, so I had to cut it. I just put a little bit of extra goop, like extra high temperature, put some under it, and I'm gonna put some more, just a light coating over it. The way this transmission stand is sliding downhill, that might be to my advantage because the rear end is actually tilted up. You see that? This downhill slope on this thing is working out really good. And I put some assembly lube where the axles are going to slide in. The gasket material is just for imperfections in the steel. Okay, I got it in or started, but you can see that's the angle. He's going to push it on in. Okay, I got it in. You know what, overall, I thought this was going to be a bitch. It was pretty simple, as long as you got one of these transmission jacks. It was well worth it, because that dirty oil was bugging me. Oh yeah, and there was copper washers on there. I don't know if you need them or not, I can't find it in the book. This nut was hard to start, so I just chased it. In my opinion, if you don't force nuts on, just take the time to fix them. Carrier to housing studs, 30 to 40. So I'm filling the differential up with 80, 90 weight. I got this bought the cheapest, but I bought it in this big bottle, so I couldn't get it in there, so I had this other one. When I pulled this rear end out right here, it was kind of stuck. Even though I just pulled it out last week, there was a little bit of rust in here. So I'm going to keep saying this over and over. Put some grease on your steel. So I put some assembly lube on all the steel here and on the splines. If you don't, it'll rust. And that's what makes them get stuck. And again, it doesn't even hurt to put a little bit of oil on these threads, I'm telling you. Everything rusts. So that's it. The short one goes in the driver's side and the long one goes in the passenger side. But the reason I was filling this up, then I was thinking, hey, maybe it's going to start going out the axle. I don't think it will, but so I'm going to stick those right in there right now before I fill it up all the way. Also, the drive shaft, put some grease on here too, but it is going to go through the seal. And then also when you pull it out, tape up the bearings so the caps don't fall off. And I also have a blue mark on here somewhere. Okay, it's full. Look how clean this stuff is. It was, if you watched the last video, it was like molasses. It won't even barely drip. And I'm just gonna spin it to get some oil in there. Oh, it's okay. Okay, ring gear is oiled. Okay, I just put the drive shaft back in. Make sure that your, I don't know what you call these, bearing caps are into that slot there. That's it. And I got the blue lined up. Also, I'm going to grease it. There's a grease fitting here. I got this on here. I need to put some lube on here and clean this up. Put some lube on that. Yeah, I forgot to put the brake cylinders on. So I don't have it bolted in yet, but I pushed the hose through, the line through, and started it. Easier for me because that way I can move this to line up with that line. Okay, I got both cylinders in. So the rear brakes are what was missing the parts. So I'm double checking everything with the picture. I can see one piece I'm missing right now before I put the springs on. That's this. That's gotta go. When you put these together, leave the bleeder. If you put a new cylinder, leave the bleeder open because you have to compress that cylinder. I put it all together. As far as I know, this is right. Again, all these pieces were missing before. Not all of them, but that was missing. The cable was missing. There was a bed spring here. That was missing. Yeah, I wasn't going to work today because the power was out and it was freaking cold down here. But on Saturday, I picked up a pinball machine. So anyway, when I was a kid, I used to cut school and go play pinball. And this is the machine that I used to play back. I mean, this is back in like 1973. I just saw it on Marketplace. It was 750 bucks. The guy sold it to me for 500. Somehow I got to get this thing out of here by myself. Here's the legs. I think I need to make some way to put wheels on there so I can roll it around. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Here's the end where you put your money in right here. Anyway, it's kind of a nostalgia thing. It's one of those things. I don't need it, but I wanted it. This should be fun. Okay, it's the next day. I got the wheels on. I also noticed a leak today. It's leaking out of here. I think the only way to fix that is to take all these off. These are not easy to get off. And pull that up. I'll try tightening it first. Okay, I spent a couple hours cleaning up the shop before I did anything else, but I got containers under all 4 bleeders with a hose. But I'm just gonna let it drain for a while, maybe pump it a little bit. The first 2 are dripping, so I plugged those up, now the back 2 are dripping. And when I say plugged up, I mean tighten the bleeder screws. Okay, so I got a bottle in there that'll keep feeding it so it won't go dry. Raise the car up. I'll start the furthest back. Next, and here. I'll use that air pneumatic vacuum brake cleaner. I had trouble getting that out of my mouth. I have both these fittings that are leaking, not at the cylinder, but on the old line. So I'm gonna have to replace this line. I'm gonna heat these up, then spray some penetrating oil and replace them. I don't have a choice. So I got this one loose, but this line needs to be replaced. With this one, it's frozen. So one side I had to cut off. Anyway, and all the brake fluid I just put in it's all coming back out. But this looks okay inside here. Also, these vents, everything that is spinning that makes heat needs a vent. There should be a cap on top of here. Yeah, I've never replaced one of these before, but there's a clamp on here and a rubber hose. .5/16. I took a closer look at this. I've never messed with one of these before. It's just a little baby hole in the top. Anyway, you gotta have air. So just to end it for today, I gotta get a brake fitting, 2 brake fittings. But so that, like I said, I use this thing all the time. But there it is. It's 3/8, 24. Yeah, I just remembered I have a whole bunch of fittings. I save all these brake fittings. Just to be sure, what did I say it was? 3/16, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so it's the next day. I don't have the brake lines. I can't fix it. I did order some stuff on Amazon overnight, and this stuff showed up overnight. I couldn't believe it. Because I'm going to put these legs, and I'm going to put wheels on here. Just until I figure out where I want it. So what I did buy is some sliders. They're cheap. Real hard to pull out over the hump back in there. And then I bought some wheels. But you can see, I can't just put the wheels on there. So I bought some bolts. I'm thinking about welding them to that somehow. The thing is, I don't want to waste this rubber. So I might have to make a steel plate. I'm thinking out loud here. Make a steel plate, weld this to the plate, and bolt the plate through these holes. So it came with a couple of big sliders. I put one there. So I got this hump. And this thing is, I don't know, it's 400, 500 pounds maybe. It's just awkward. Let's see if I can even move it. Yeah, I can move it, but now I'm going to hit here. So, so I got to get these up over that. Finally ready to put these things. I took my time, made it right. Okay, I don't know what you saw, but I got it out of the car. I plugged it in. And I'll go over it more later. Yeah, so I got my brake line. But I'm gonna bitch first because I'm pissed off. I bought this, I never used it. It's called Temco. It's for using brake lines and for making flares on brake lines. You know, if you're like under the car or something. What a piece of garbage. Don't ever buy this. Here you go. So I got my Eastwood one out. It looks like this. The problem with this one is you have to make the lines over here. You can't take it like under the car. So if you're doing brake flares for the first time, cut your end off. I just cut off with a grinder. And then I kind of run it against the wheel like that to smooth out the edge. Then I stick something inside to clean it out. It can fold in a little bit. This thing goes in a vise. I'll show you. This goes in a vise. Lock it down tight because you're going to put a lot of force on it. Just tighten the heck out of it. Again, I got my fitting on. Hope I don't forget both of them. So I'm going to put my 3/16. Actually, it does say 3/16 45. So I'm going to put my 3/16 45 that way. Put this in. 3/16 45 that way. Put this down, push that through. Snug it just a little bit. OP1. At that point, I'm going to tighten it. Now, that was operation 0. Operation 1, 3/16. I can't push it any further. Operation 2, 3/16. loosen that, pop this out, fold that back. Okay, that fitting's on there. Put the other fitting on right now. It's real easy to screw up and not do it. Put it in. Put it back to 0. Make sure I got this on the right side. Put that in. Leave it a little long. Fold the clamp over, push this through. Snug it down a little bit. Operation 0. Lock it. Operation 1, 3/16. Operation 2, 3/16. Says it right on here. Loosen this. Pull this out. Got both flares. So it's a 45-degree flare. Okay, so I might do this over again, but let's pretend like this is your first time. And let's pretend like you're doing a 15-foot piece. So I would say put your fitting on. On one end. Don't, if you're doing a long piece, don't do your other end yet. But so get this piece in and start it. Now, since I already pre-made this, let's try to make it work. I gotta move the camera. Get it in, at least started. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna tighten that one. Okay, what I wanted to show you is, you remember I cut it a little long. But now you can do whatever you want. I can just bend it. That looks good to me. So I did my fitting on this end. I got the whole roll of tube left. Let's just see if we can make this work. So I'm going to start this. Let's just see if we can bend this by hand. Looks pretty good so far. Okay, so we know the other end is good. So now that I have it here, I'm just going to measure from right where my thumb is. I need 10 inches. So I'm going to cut it there. Okay, I just cut it 1.5 inches long. I'm not that picky. That's tight. If it leaks, I'll tighten it up more. But now I got this extra. Let's see, I think I'll just go like that. Anyway, that's how you do it. Do it however you want. I can bend that, I can go back the other way. You can see it still looks pretty good. One of my welds broke loose. When I took the pinball machine out of the car, I lost a bunch of footage, but now that this wheel is broken, I'm gonna have to fix it. So I got an old motorcycle lift and a bench. So that's how I'm gonna lift it this time. Just something to do, keep me busy. Yeah, that worked. It's not the steadiest thing in the world, but it's good enough to fix the wheel. But yeah, the mistake I made was, here's that bolt I had put through. I had ground it way down, but I didn't weld this side. This is the one that's not broken. Here's the one that is broken. The head piece snapped off. I just need to weld it around here. But I don't even know where that other piece is. That head is gone. I don't know where it went, but. So anyway, back to the car. I didn't show it, but this was leaking a little bit last night before I left. I just tightened it up more. I cleaned it. You can see there's no drips. Let's just go check the front. I want to make sure there's no leaks. No leak there. No leak there. I did find a leak there. I just tightened the heck out of it. I think it's these old fittings. The only way I can tell. Anyway, you can see it's not dripping now. I got that thing as tight as I can make it. Yeah, what do? You can't give up. That's all. I'm just not going to give up. This is the one that's leaking. But now I just tighten the piss out of it. Like way tighter than I would normally go. So I'll clean it up, push the brake pedal again, and see if that stops it. Okay, no leak. It shouldn't have been tightened that much. Here we go again. I'm going to bleed all four. Nah, I just did it for like 45 seconds. This thing should be like up to here. Let's do a test again. I already did it once, but I filled that full of water. This bottle is empty. That is completely full. Sucking it right down. Maybe I should try bleeding the master cylinder. I don't know. Try bleeding it again. I think I got it. You saw me bleed the master cylinder. I mean, I didn't think it needed it, but I guess that helped. And then when I opened the valves on the brakes, my mind just went out again. The brake valves, I opened up a little further. I'll show you the pedal now. Okay, the brakes still need to be adjusted. Let me say this. In the old days, when you ground down your drum brakes, they used to have a machine. You put your brake pads in and it would like sand it to now there's going to be a high spot on the brake drums. I need to wear that down. Stuck right there. It's stopping. So that's brake. That is brake adjustment. So I'm going to start it up and kind of ride the brakes and get rid of the extra material on the brake drums. Again, I haven't seen them do that since the 70s, but I know they used to do it. I don't think anybody does it anymore. So I would say if you go to 64 Galaxie, either go to disc brakes, but if you go to disc brakes, you got to upsize your rims because the caliper won't fit inside. Or buy brand new drums, and hopefully the brake drums, the brake pads will match the drums. That's the problem with drum brakes. Okay, I got it started. Hasn't been started for about, I don't know, 3 weeks. Now I forgot it's in drive. Make sure the wheels, I got my foot on the brake. I don't want my wheels spinning when I put it back into park. I forgot I can't adjust the front brakes once I drive it. But I'm gonna lift it up. I'm gonna lift the car up one more time. I think I decided I'm gonna put bucket seats in this car. I just gotta find them. I want XL console, bucket seats, and a rear XL type looking back seat. It's not gonna be XL. I'm not trying to make it into an XL. I just like the look and the door panels. Because the seats are worn out anyway. The thing is finding those parts. So there's no real rush. Okay, so it's up in the air. I just want to check for leaks one more time. No leaks there. No leaks there. No leaks there. No leaks. Here, rub in one spot. I'm going to spray everything down with brake cleaner one more time, get all this mess off, clean up all this, clean up all that. Next week, I'll take it for the drive, adjust the brakes. And there's one thing I got to fix is this. I don't want to do it. I cleaned it all up. But I decided before I go in, the axle vent that I was talking about earlier, I got this off Amazon. They call it a transmission case vent, same thing. So it just fits in there, and then I'll put it on the axle and tighten these up. Okay, like I said, it's Friday night. There's no drips on the floor, just drying up. So when I come out here Monday, we'll see what's going on.